I feel like I should patent this phrase at this point, but I'm gonna formally apologize for any background noise you might hear, as this is gonna get recorded in one take. I just wanted to make this really quick. I didn't want to overly edit this. I just want to get my thoughts, collect it, and put it out there for people to hear. It's been a little over a week since I put up my reaction to Joker versus Giorno. Banger of an episode, and I just wanted to give my thoughts after letting it stew for a little bit. I rewatched it a couple times, um, and I did a little digging further into further into stuff that they might have gotten right or wrong, because I still do care about honesty. I still care a lot about accuracy, and I didn't want to just play fanboy, but I might have let my own bias for Joker winning blind me a little bit when I was watching that video. And so I wanted to be more concise and gather my thoughts while I talk. So here it is. Alright, so this episode was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed almost everything about it. There's almost nothing that I don't like about it, minus a couple of obvious things that they could have edited a little more accurately, or they could have I don't know, made a better joke in my opinion. But overall, there's not much to say I don't like about this. I think this episode was really good. I think the research for the Persona side was handled very well. I think they were very accurate and they dug a lot deeper, that's for certain. It was a huge debate whether they'd use SMT scaling or not, and they did, so that was cool. And yeah, Joker was drastically stronger and drastically faster than I scaled him at. I didn't do any math scaling or anything like that. This is just stuff I thought off the top of my head. I'm like, okay, well, in gameplay they dodge lightning and they dodge light attacks, and that's cool. And what do I think Joker's strongest thing he ever did? Well, let's see. He's stronger than the Phantom Thieves, and you divide it by how many people were lifting Maruki's fist, or Adam Cadmon's fist, and you give him his fair share. I'm like, oh, that's his strongest thing. No, that was really wrong. Oh man, it was funny to be wrong. That's why I don't get into power scaling, because people take almost everything way too far and just roll with it, which was kind of surprising though, because I alluded to the joke of it in my video that I uploaded about is this matchup going to be accurate. I alluded to the joke of, hey, I don't think somebody punching meteors is strong enough and fast enough to react to meteors falling. I think it was just a cool scene they drew. That, I believe, was actually a scene from JoJo's. I think it was Jolene was breaking out of prison or something like that, and somebody threw meteors at her. I think it was a stand or something. I have no idea, but I remember seeing that, and people scaled Jolene so fucking high. And I'm like, dude, or is it that the author just thought it'd be cool, and they just let her punch meteors? So, that's besides the point. I'm rambling too much. I want to keep this concise. So, gotta keep it concise. So, let's go with some positives. Number one, the song, the soundtrack, Requiem for a Fool. Fan-fucking-tastic. I love that song. I listen to it now as part of a playlist that I put together of music I listen to. That was just they fucking cooked. They did a great job with that song. I thought it would be Brandon Yates. I don't think it is. I think is it Their Wolf Media? I don't know if Brandon Yates owns that. I have no idea. But either way, the song absolutely banged. The sprite animation for the death battle also really, really good. I also really liked the animated cut-ins with the Persona stuff and the JoJo stuff. I thought that Giorno and Gold Experience Requiem striking their exact pose from the manga was really, really nice. Obviously, it was going to happen, but I still thought it looked really nice. Despite the fact that Gold Experience Requiem doesn't, this is more of a personal opinion, he doesn't really look that good, if that makes sense. He looks kind of derpy, but that's just my opinion. I'm sure for other people he looks like a badass, and, hey, more power to you. So, yeah, that was really good. The animated cut-ins were really good. and the fight overall, like the sprite animation, was really good. I have a couple of reserves for it, or reservations for of it, and I'll get to those in a minute. I just want to go with the positives so far. But yeah, the animation overall was really great. I loved all the drawn stuff. I loved all of the specific animated stuff. The voice acting was really, really good. Something that's kind of funny is I thought when Giorno was sitting on his throne that he was saying "Don't even touch me." Apparently, he was saying I speaking in Italian. I didn't know that, but that was pretty good. And then I think in Italian he called Joker like a stupid phantom or something like that. He's like, "Hey, you're a fucking idiot. This is Requiem." So that was pretty cool, and I think I mean, obviously, other than the outcome, because that's what I wanted. I think they did a really good job with this, and I'm very excited for the next episode too. But that's not what I want to talk about. However, what I do want to talk about is the stuff that I didn't like, and I shouldn't say didn't like, but like found gripes with, or it's cherry picking so badly cherry picked. I will say the only thing I think is not cherry picking. This is more of an actual point to stand on. Joker being a wild card user, and they only used 4 personas. I thought that was a little weird, um, because like in the anime, like in Persona 5 the animation, in Persona 4 the animation, and in Persona 3 the movies, the protagonists, like when they're in the heat of a really strong, like tough battle, they switch personas an awful lot, and they switch them very quickly to adapt to the new situation. So the fact that Joker only used 4 kind of upset me, but it was 4 pretty good ones. I think the fact that um, none of like the none of the more iconically overpowered ones like Yoshitsune made an appearance. I thought that was rather interesting choice. So I saw some people saying that he should have Izanagi Pikaro, or Izanagi Ono Okami Pikaro, and I'm like, dude, that is Yu Narukami's persona just repasted to be Joker's. That's not it. But it was interesting that Satanael was used and Raoul wasn't. Granted, I mean Raoul is technically the Third Awakening, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's like my main gripe is that they only use 4 personas, and I think that the 4 of them that they chose were good, but it's just the fact that it was 4 kind of was dumb. He's a wildcard user; he should use a lot more than 4. But yeah, oh, and going back to the positives, real quick, positive something I forgot to mention is I like that despite the fact that the fight was like going on, and they were talking a little bit. Giorno was like impossible. He has a second stand, and Joker said his persona creates life. I kind of like the fact that they both think that they have the same abilities that are just different. Like Giorno doesn't question a stand being able to, throw curse magic, to a stand being able to create ice magic. He doesn't expect that. And it's the same with Joker is like, he's dealt with persona users that don't follow the norm, like Maruki, who has a persona that can rewrite reality. So he is not really surprised by a persona that can create life. So that's pretty dope. I like that. Um, but yeah, going back. And one small detail of the animation I thought was really cool was the calling card getting cut in half, and then another small detail was using Die for Me, which is an instant kill attack. Because I said in my video, how are they going to address instant kill attacks? Well, it's very simple. If you watch the animation, it's a little hard to tell, but they're trying to fight them off, and Gold Experience is like, dude, this shit's gonna kill you. I need to get you out of here. And he starts taking the hits for him and moving Giorno out of the way. And I think that was pretty dope. Yeah, overall, I think this episode was really good. I think they cooked really hard. Does it make up for Bardock versus Omni-Man being so wrong? No, because I look at Death Battles in a vacuum. So, no, it doesn't. But I still think it was a very, very, very good episode. The only other real small nitpick I can make, and this is such a reach, I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this. I don't like that they used the incorrect sounds. For Maegeon, or not Maegeon, yeah, Maegeon, they used fire skills sounds. They didn't use They didn't use curse skill sounds. And then when Joker's using his grappling hook, they were using the skills that wind skills make. I think it's specifically Garu or Magaru. It's making the wind sounds instead of the grappling hook sounds. That's something small that I picked up on. And it's such a reach of a nitpick, but that's that. Hey, I wanted to bring it up. If I had a problem, I'd bring it up, and that was one of them. But Death Battle isn't exactly known to use the most accurate sound design, and I don't blame them for that. Having to dig for the right file would probably suck. But yeah, that's it. And the only other thing that I can think of to mention as a nitpick is the fact that they didn't mention that Gold Experience can't mess with anything under sub-zero temperatures. Like, he can't create life if it's too cold. And the fact that Joker's like, oh, I have to nullify that, and then he uses Ice Age to create a sub-zero temperature so he can't create life in it. That was not mentioned in their research, and I don't even think it was mentioned in the black cards. So the fact that that kind of countered Gold Experience was a miss for most people, myself included. I had to learn that by looking it up. So, yeah, that's a misstep, but, I mean, it's not like it was a wrong verdict without saying that. But overall, I think this episode was really good. I think it was a very, very good step up compared to Bardock versus Omni-Man in terms of accuracy. Don't get me wrong, the debate, a lot of people are upset, but seems to be a lot less of the internet is pissed off at Death Battle. So I have a funny feeling that they're not going to get nearly as much hate for this, because it was pretty much, can Joker beat Gold Experience? And if Joker can, the fight's over. Or not Gold Experience Requiem, I'm sorry. It was, can he beat Requiem? And if he can, the fight is over. And they did do that. The last nitpick, I just actually thought of this off the top of my head. I probably should script this more, but I really just want to get this out so I don't spend a week editing it. The last nitpick I can say is that they gave Joker the edge in everything against Giorno and base Gold Experience. They literally did it in their own little card at the end. Yet it felt like for most of the fight, outside of like dealing with Gold Experience's things like overcharging your senses, it feels like that Joker was just kind of getting his ass handed to him when it should have been the other way around. It's weird, but it is what it is. That's all I have to say, though. Thank you for watching. Peace out.